Good evening, everyone. Welcome back to Zelda Speedruns for tonight's race in the WingClash tournament, the Skyward Sword Any Percent tournament. We've got Andy versus Pippy in a top hat today, joined on commentary by Zeld and Tato. How are you two doing?
Doing well.
I'm dead inside, but otherwise pretty good.
Mood. Big mood.
Very excited to see this race.
Heck yeah.
With
I'm actually
that,
not
it's
familiar
gonna be
with either of
close.
these runners.
I'm going to hand it over to you two, and we will get this race underway.
Alright. Yeah.
But yeah, this is
yeah,
Skyward Sword Any Percent. I'll let Tato explain some of it first, because he knows more about it than I do.
Well, yeah, I'm not familiar with these two runners, because it's been a while since I've done any community stuff, but yeah, I don't know, I'm excited. You know more about the runners, I know more about the game, so we'll
Yeah.
fill in the gaps.
I'm not actually familiar with Pippy all that much. I'm not sure when she started, but I know that both these runners are very close in skill. Andy and I started learning the run about the same time, a couple weeks ago. But both these runners are very good at the game. It's going to be a close race. And they're both on Japanese, so they don't have to wait for the Japanese runner to start at 2:06 for the English runner.
Oh.
But looks like we'll be off soon.
Alright, cool. So, for those who don't know, you have to play in hero mode for this run because it's the only way you can skip cutscenes. For some reason, in regular SS, you can't skip cutscenes unless you've beaten the game first. So, that's cool. Also, it's also literally not possible to do this route without being able to skip cutscenes because there's a few of them, I think one or two, that just, like, they are broken, like, they just don't work. So, you have to be able to skip them, or else you're, like, soft-locked.
Yeah.
It's also the only way you could do G3 escape, as Yal said. Because in normal mode, you can't, like... You can't fight G3.
But yeah, you'll see our runners start out by talking to Fledge and saving this rimlet. They have some secrets later.
True.
Well, you could say
The
secret.
secret
They're
of
just- they're gonna do some
obscene
things.
flags.
They're gonna
There's-
do some things for us.
Yeah. I mean,
Like-
you guys have heard that joke before, it's fine.
They're the employees.
True. Oh no, we got a hey!
Oh,
Oh, is it
Pippy
ho
fell.
instead of hey?
both of them fell.
Oh, rip! This
Andy
is
got
the hardest
hayed.
trick in the game by far. Many people don't know this.
Andy
Oh, no!
taking another hay.
Taking another hay. High quality speedrun. This is, hey, give them a break. This is the hardest part of the game. For sure.
Yeah.
It's hard because nobody ever practices it because you could just reset. And it's like 5 seconds in, so no one cares. So no one ever practices it.
Yeah. It's just like, oh, I failed it. Sag.
Mhm. So in vanilla game, you don't actually have to get this remlet. The reason we talk to Fledge and get the remlet is something called a scene flag, and in Skyloft it means that we got the remlet and we talked to Fledge. But because of some funky antics that will ensue, we will basically allow other maps in the game to read those flags, and when the same scene flag is read in a different map, it means something completely different. We'll explain it more when we get to that bit, but
Yeah.
yeah.
What you'll see our runners do now is die because they need to activate back in time.
No, they're just doing that for fun.
Yeah. It's a tactical death. Don't worry.
Tactical death. No, commentators forgot the mandatory joke. I'm not making the mandatory joke. I don't want about being bad at the game. I know. I don't want to do it anymore. I've been running this game for 3 years. I've seen it so many times. I'm so tired.
But yeah, now you'll see our runners run up to Upper Academy. They're gonna void out because of where they void out, like on the stairs. It just assumes they voided out like at the Upper Academy, so it just kind of places them at the Upper Academy. So now they're gonna bit save their file to put file 1 on layer 28, which is the layer that
this weird oversaturated Skyloft that they're on right now. It's actually the Skyloft that is shown during the title, like on the splash screen, and it's basically just Skyloft with none of the actors or anything like that. The reason you do this, or cutscene checks or whatever, and because there's no cutscene checks, it means we could just run past this Zelda cutscene and go right into the goddess statue, which happens to be open, thankfully.
Yeah,
you feel me?
It's open on layer 28, but I don't think it's open on it's not open on the like layer that you start on.
Yeah. There's also a cutscene in the way, so you can't even get to the statue.
Yeah. I've tried going
once you do the Phi chase, yeah. Yeah, like, normally you only open it once you do the Phi chase. And that is long. So we don't do that.
Andy taking the lead because
the Skyward Strike is not working. The sussy strike.
But yeah, so far it's been a close race. Even with the failed jumps, like, it's going to be interesting.
There's really a few points where their runs can like make or break the run. And those are like cutscene skip, everything in Earth Temple, and G3. Those are like the big ones. You got his sword lost satellite reception, so true.
What our runners do here is start their file about a second, roughly after the camera change there, to RBM the Farron Pillar.
Yeah, so now and RBM basically means it means you're starting your file and then setting a flag as the file is starting, and the game is like, oh, well, we'll just set that flag on your file that you just started. So now they both have the Farron Pillar in their files, and they're gonna have to do a bunch of other stuff first because you need a very specific conditions on your starting file to be able to do most of the back-end times, and that's you need to have a file that is saved before the loft wing, but that has the Farron Pillar and the ability to dive.
Looks like the Skyward Strike worked out for Pippy this time.
True.
RBM worked for Andy, and RBM worked for Pippy, so off to a good start. Failing that loses quite a bit of time.
Yeah, and we're speedrun brained, so quite a bit of time is like 2-3 seconds.
Loses a little bit more than that.
Alright, so there's a dead loft wing on the ground. We don't really care about that. I don't know how that got there, because we skipped the cutscene, so...
Yeah, I think...
We don't care. We'll never be seeing it again until it ends up... It's fine. It ends up being fine later, so... It's okay.
Link shot it down with his Skyward Strikes.
All the missed Skyward Strikes, they went out of the goddess statue, and they hit the loft wing.
Yeah. You have to be careful, like... You gotta be careful what you're shooting at with that. Like, that thing can be dangerous.
Yeah. Link hasn't even done the sword training. He just yoinked that shit and then left.
But yeah, our runners are going to just do some more scene flagging, and then they're going to go through the cave.
Well, they need to go to Groose because the Groose cutscene spawns the Loft Wing. And
Oh, yeah, that
you
too.
need that. This is a scene flagging where they go into the door because this will correspond to something once they get off Skyloft. We'll explain what everything is. Just keep in mind that they did this.
Yeah. So that's
It's scene
scene
flagging
flag
time.
now they will run through the cave and
Yes.
hopefully remember to take damage.
Unlike some people earlier today.
It doesn't lose all that much time. It does lose quite a bit though. Like 15 seconds.
Yeah. Probably. Pippy really making sure those logs are cut. Respect it. Yeah, we want to be at 2 hearts here because once we need to activate back in time in a bit, and we want to activate it with fall damage, and it's quicker to just, instead of like climbing all the way up a cliff and then jumping back down to do damage, it's obviously quicker to just take the chew damage.
Also, Monka asked from Pippy, there was a jelly blob that, like, when she killed the Chew, it dropped a jelly blob. That would have lost a little bit of time.
True.
Because
or you could, if you do a jump slash, or like hop forward and do a jump slash, you can skip the text, because if you're in the air for enough time, the game will be like, oh, we'll just give it to you without the text.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely pick up the Amber Relic in Farrander in the Skyview RBW. The
Which
joke
Amber
there,
Relic?
for those of you who don't know, is that the item menu in Bit actually crashes the game. It's the item menu and the map crash the game, so you don't want to ever do that.
Yeah.
Both of them are saving the bird here. Also, a fun little detail that I, for some reason, didn't notice until a little bit ago is that the bird, like, will stop flapping once you get close. It'll just kind of, like, sit there waggling its little tail. I thought that was cute. It teleports you to the dungeon, trust me. Do not trust Yal, he's a liar. Exposed. So yeah, this is the Loftwing tutorial. You essentially just need to do 2 flaps while the text is going, and that's basically it. That's all the game really needs you to do. Then you could just kind of do whatever until the timer runs out. And then coming up here is a 2-frame window before a cutscene starts where you can hop, like side hop out of it. And that saves a bit of time because that cutscene is right by a very high place.
Yeah.
Debate time? I'm not debating you. I'm right because I have the microphone.
We'll see our runners mash for it. Andy getting it very clean.
Let's go.
There is some timing strategies you can do with like metronomes and such, but
Yeah.
most people I think just mash for it. I know these
Yeah.
2 runners do.
Oh, they
Pippy
both got
also
it.
getting
Nice.
it. Almost side hopping back into the trigger, but luckily not side hopping back into it.
Yeah. I didn't even know the barrel thing was a backup until recently. So it really only loses 30 seconds now.
You didn't know existed until I told you today.
Yeah.
Too much of an old timer.
The metronome cue I use is 106 BPM, and it's better. I mean, for you, yeah.
What our runners are doing now is file duping file 3 to file 2, and then they're gonna RBW file 2 into the sky.
Yeah, you essentially need a new game file with some flags from
Andy getting it.
file 3.
We'll
So
see.
you want to dupe everything from file 3 with the but you also want to start it on a new game file. So
Pippy going
file
for the
dupe
safe
works.
version of the Skyward W,
Which
losing
loses
a little bit of time. to Andy.
7-ish seconds, something like that.
Definitely more consistent though.
Absolutely more consistent, yeah. Because it puts you right in the loading zone. Because you have to, otherwise you have to manually fly in.
And then the
let's
fly
see.
text that they hit here is that unlocks diving. So now you
Yes.
death warp, which will take you back to where the Loftwing, like when you save the Loftwing, and then you will save the Loftwing again, and then dive to Farron Pillar. But you have to like dive off of your Loftwing because you're still in the Loftwing tutorial. There's an invisible barrier that doesn't let you go past it, but that only applies to the Loftwing. So you can just dive and then just
Yeah,
like,
you can just ditch it
go to
and
Farron.
be like, we. And thankfully you don't like void out if you go too far away, so you just yoop all the way down to the pillar.
Pippy having troubles with the Gwei here.
Yeah. The Gwei has vanished, and there it is. Oh, almost got the double hit, but not quite.
Yeah, about like half a second or something, it would have been a double hit.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, now Andy's gonna flap between 12 and 14 times. You only need to do 12, but I know a lot of people do more than 12, including myself, because I like the extra height.
I do like 10.
What?
I do like 10.
How?
Because my diving is not cringe. I have the gamer dives.
Gamer dives.
So yeah, they're just gonna be diving all the way to the Farron pillar. How do you make it? Because I'm better. I'm built different. Start is really good here. Oh, absolutely. Really good. Anything under 16 minutes is a pretty solid surface time in a race. So
Yeah. I mean, in general, that's a pretty solid time. Mine is still
oh yeah, and they had
7.
the double hay, which is devastating.
Hey.
Although that's more of a damage to your soul and will to live rather than like a dent on your time, because it doesn't actually lose like too much time, like in the grand scheme of things.
Yeah.
All right, and then
Next thing
Andy's
Andy
gonna be
will do-
dying to do back in time, and now we get to explain all the funky things that are gonna happen. So this back in
Essentially-
time is going to put us all the way in Skyview Temple. And we're gonna do some stuff to get there.
You get to
Starting
skip
with copying
basically-
file 3 to... Oh, you finish that up. Finish that.
I was gonna say, you
Understand.
basically get to skip the entirety of Farron. You get to skip, like, the slingshot, Machi, saving the Kikwis.
And all the
Saves quite a
sealed
bit of
ground
time.
stuff, too. Yeah.
Yeah, then sealed grounds. That also is, like, my most hated part of Nobit or HD is the sealed grounds. It's so slow.
Yeah, so they're going to be checking the statue with file 1, which commits the scene flags from that file, and they're going to be saving with file 3. And you need file 3 saved because saving commits your story flags, and being able to call the Loftwing is a story flag, so that's how they were able to get their Loftwing. So they're
Also,
in the
when
sky
you-
right now, gonna do the long dive all the way down to Farron, to the Farron pillar right here. Important to note that they're entering the sky with a specific file, because if you have the tunic, if you have the tunic and you go into the sky, you will crash, because you need to be on the the Loftwing tutorial layer of this guy, or else it won't work. Also, entering the pillar for a similar reason, because if you enter the pillar with a file that has already entered Farron, it'll pull up the map, and the map crashes back in time. So you don't want that to happen.
Also, when you saved at the Upper Academy statue, that sets your coordinates on file 3 for the RBW.
Oh yeah, that's true. That's why we save at that one specifically. And right here, I don't know if Andy does the log thing. They don't.
Not going for it just for safety. Respectable.
Cringe. You gotta save the second.
Save the second.
There's a trick involving that log, but
here you'll see Andy avoid file 1 because when you selected the statue with file 1, that scene flag corresponds to the Floria doors opening.
Floria doors, yeah.
You can select it. Well, if you do, it's fine because it happens once, it loses time, whatever. But the second time, it's a soft lock.
Yeah, because the door tries to open, but it's already open, so you'll just be staring at doors for eternity, and that's not good. So, Andy's going to be saving file 1 here and selecting file 2 before he climbs the log because to avoid the Floria doors. Yeah.
Yeah, it's fine to have file 1 selected as long as you're not looking in the direction of the doors.
And then he's going to
Pippy
die
going for log
to this
jump and
Octorok.
failing it, and then opting to just push the log the 3rd time.
Yeah, Andy dying here because you want to reload the layer, and you want the flag of entering the door, which in Farron corresponds to the vine being down to the woods. So it lets you skip the slingshot, and you don't need it to go into the deep woods. The talking to Fledge corresponded with the initial log to get into the behind the temple area in the sealed grounds. So that's why we did that.
And then, when Andy died to the Octorok, that reloaded Farron to where the vine would actually be down.
Yeah.
Andy
and
now
then
doing
we teleport immediately to the crystal because we saved the Remlet, and that flag, when read by the Deep Woods, corresponds to that crystal being hit. So it allows you to skip all the way to the end there, and then you'll do what's called a reverse bit warp, which means you start your file and then enter a loading screen. And then, similarly to reverse bit magic, the game will be like, oh, well, these coordinates, or you just entered this map on your file, so it just kind of like when you start your file, you get to start in the middle of Skyview because we saved our coordinates in Skyloft.
Yeah.
To spawn in the middle of the temple. So we skipped like 2/3 of it.
The reason you see Andy go into this room and kill this thing is because you need to leave that area and then go back into it to reload it, because the rope that goes across to the boss door doesn't exist. And what this also does is reload the enemies and the gate, so...
And unfortunately, the spider.
Yeah. So you just kind of do a little spider jump there and you're good. But yeah, as you can see, there's now a rope here. There's now a bokoblin at the end. You just kind of go across, wait for the boko to take 2 steps, and then knock him off.
Sometimes it works.
Sometimes. That was like 1.5 steps.
Andy skipping the safety save. Interesting.
I don't normally save there. I normally save like after getting the boss key.
Oh, after getting it. Okay.
Save, which I probably.
If you're gonna do it, it's actually faster to do it there because it refills your stamina meter. Also, thanks for the compliments in chat.
Oh, yeah,
apparently we're the game duo. Let's go.
Let's go.
Let's go.
But yeah, Andy just gonna
Let's see if we
do some
can make
funky
Exo
vine
proud with the
things.
vines. Oh,
Andy making it.
what do you guys say? Just first Ragirium. Actually, though.
Yeah.
Pippy beating the spider.
H.
H.
Can we get some H's in chat?
H. H. Alright, coming up is Girahim. And Girahim is just RNG. You want as little darts as possible because you can't actually damage him significantly with the darts. And they just lose time. So you want him to not do that during phase 2. During phase 1 you just, bait him and then do a few slashes and it's pretty simple.
First base from Andy.
Yeah. So yeah, especially the vertical darts. The vertical darts are the worst because they make him jump back, but actually pretty clean start. Unfortunately, backing him up into a corner. You want to make sure Girahim is closer to the center because otherwise he'll teleport back to the middle if he gets too far out and it loses time. But I think Andy's concerned over just making sure he doesn't die, and that's the fight. That was actually pretty clean.
It was a Monka-esque fight because he did not safety save.
True.
If he had died, he would have had to redo the Skyview RBW, which it loses probably like a few minutes.
Like 10 minutes, right?
It doesn't lose.
Like close to 10 minutes.
Does it?
Probably. I mean, 9 minutes to 10 minutes? I don't know. You wouldn't have to. You would have to. Yeah, you'd have to do the entire temple. So at least like 8 minutes. Let's do that.
Yeah, Andy is
getting a lot of swings before she wants to jump on the next vine.
Andy
she's really having fun with it, and she's
Andy
doing the safety save
here. And yeah, Pippy doing the safety save. Never can be too safe.
Pippy, no! That's slightly slower than saving at the beginning!
No!
No, that's slower than not charging. Unsafe RBW and no safety save.
Yeah,
true!
some more H's.
Andy going for the risky stuff. H!
Next, we'll see him do no safety save for Scaldy.
The gamer move would be to do the side hop strat for Demise.
I don't know the side hop strat for Demise.
It's tough, but I made a video on it. Go watch that. There's a cue you can use. I'm never gonna go for it, but
Flush Demise.
What about
Bugnet Demise? We should just get Bugnet in this speedrun. Like, we need to just get Bugnet in this speedrun and do Bugnet Demise. That's the strategy.
New meme category just dropped? Bugnet Demise?
Oh.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh, Pippy. Backflip. Okay, Pippy's okay.
Okay, alright. Clutch.
That was a little bit Monka.
That was spooky.
A little bit too early on the slash there.
Yeah, a little bit too early. A little panicked, maybe, from the terrifying... Oh, that dart did not obey physics.
What? I've never seen that before.
That dart had a vengeance.
What the heck? It just turned around.
Nice. They thought we wouldn't notice. So this next reverse bit warp here is a simple one. Just go into the goddess statue. And because we have file 3, which is the one we just beat Skyview with, saved at a prompt, it'll set your coordinates to whatever the entrance is of the place. So you won't have to worry about, like, infinitely voiding out. So You just start the file, enter the loading zone, and
Okay, that
bing,
works.
bang, boom, we're in the goddess statue. And it's quicker than, like, flying all the way back, so
Yeah.
do that. I've never seen that before, let's go! Yo! In all my years, I've never seen it.
Pippy opting to go to the right and roll up instead of
Which
just running up the stairs.
it probably doesn't save time, but it is cool.
It doesn't.
and
It doesn't
fun.
save time and it doesn't lose time. I don't think.
And I think it's if there's any difference, it'd be like by a frame or two.
Yeah, it's like it doesn't matter. Oh, Andy
It matters in my
saving.
heart.
Oh yeah, you save here. Never mind. I was thinking he was at Earth Temple already for some reason. Ignore me.
Earth
It's
Temple skip.
me.
Finally.
Oh,
Finally.
Earth Temple skip. That would be the best, honestly.
All right.
like-
So this next reverse bip warp, because we're doing 3 in a row, is to get into Elden out of bounds so we can climb the volcano and skip the whole area. And the coordinates that we need to be able to do this are going to be in the sealed grounds behind the temple. So we need to go all the way back to the behind the temple area, like we did in the first reverse bit warp, and then save there, go back to the sky, and then go to Elden, and then yeah.
Andy actually going to
actually only barely saves time. Yeah, it's barely a difference because the reason you save and manual reset there is just to not have to do that extra prompt as like, are you sure you want to quit? Because when you reverse bit warp into a place for some reason, it'll always default to putting you in a splash screen when you go back to the title. But if you normally save and quit, it'll put you in the file select. So in some places it's faster to just save and quit, and in some places it's faster to save and then manually reset. So
Did that work? Pippy barely getting the RBW.
oh yeah, was that close? It looked
That
fine.
was. It looked close to me, but I'm not sure.
She
about
knows
the
what she's
timing.
doing. She's gaming.
Yeah, I couldn't tell if she hit the load zone.
RBW, so true. They have the meats.
Anyone want some
There's the-
RBWs?
Log sponsored by Fledge. Andy taking a bit to realize which file is okay to enter behind the temple with.
Yeah, file 1
You don't
want
want to enter with file 3. I'm pretty sure file 1 and file 2 work.
Yep, file 1 and
Because
file 2.
file 3 will put a cutscene there, and you don't want that.
Yeah. Well, the reason you don't want file 3 is because the statue also just isn't there because you have the statue's there, it's just not activated.
It's just you need to go through a bunch of text to be able to activate it.
Yeah.
Because it's you'd have to trigger that cutscene with the Goron of having all the...
But if you enter with a file that does not have the tunic, you don't have to worry about that, and the statue and the gate are open.
Yeah. So, yeah, we just kind of, like... The camera kind of took a while to register where we were, because we actually, when we went back to the sky, we spawned in bounds, or we snapped back in bounds after coming out of the pillar to the Loftwing tutorial. So, what RB's doing right now is diving into this pillar to get a speed boost, because if you get stuck in the pillar, you get to build up more speed. And also, by recalling your Loftwing, it resets your story flags and makes it so that Elden Pillar is there. Even though it doesn't look like it, it is there, because he was able to dive in there.
So, our runner on the
Now
left
it's a climb.
is Arby.
Arby? Did I call him Arby?
Yes.
No!
Now you are
I'm sorry.
Arby's.
Arby. What Arby's doing? Arby's obtaining the meats.
Yes. That is what he's doing.
Now I want Arby's. Nice. I've never had Arby's.
What Andy's doing now is just Elden out of bounds stuff, just like going up the volcano out of bounds instead of inbounds.
You'll notice
Basically
that Link
skips everything.
runs in some weird. Oh no! Too far to the right.
I don't like that angle.
I don't like that angle. Yeah, you'll notice that Link kind of zooms up the edge there because the edge of that collision is like a straight line, and Link really hates running off edges. Like, it's really hard to get him to run off edges that like he's not meant to run off of. So when you are angled like that, like you'll just get a little speed boost, and it helps you clear the area. And he's gonna have to do this damageless by doing a little slide. Hopefully he doesn't get in the... Okay, perfect.
Right,
Wonderful.
yeah. Andy is safe.
Andy's safe. RB is
Now
safe.
Now we'll see Pippy do the RBW, and we'll see if she gets the out of bounds correctly. Hopefully she does.
Hopefully, yes.
The main thing is you don't die, because you have to redo the whole bit. Well, you have to redo the RBW. It doesn't lose as much time as dying in Skyview, but it still loses.
If you die in the
good
edge,
minute and a
you
half.
don't actually have to go to the behind the temple area either. So you could just kind of like do the zipper trick and be fine. It loses like what, like a minute, maybe a minute and a half.
Yeah, like a minute to a minute and a half.
Yeah. All the time you lose is by activating bit. Like the actual bit wouldn't take super long to do the second time around. What Andy's doing, I got it right this time, let's go, is doing some reverse bit magic, and in this case, we want the flag for opening the shed, because opening the shed in Skyloft corresponds to opening the Earth Temple in Elden. So, he's gonna sleep and then go outside during Night Skyloft. Thankfully, Night Skyloft doesn't crash except on certain layers. So he can just head to the gravestone and start his file and push it. And that looked good.
Yep.
And it'll just spawn you, because the save statue is within bounds of the entering Earth Temple cutscene. He's just in the temple now. And then he's gonna turn the camera around to freeze the little pillars.
Stupidest trick.
Yes.
In the game. Key
Disagree. Key Seed is awesome.
Key has treated me bad, so that's why it's the stupidest trick.
Yes.
But essentially, you have to. There's 3 ropes here to lower the bridge. You can hit the first 2 with your sword, but there's one up there. Normally, you have to hit it with the beetle. But since we don't get the beetle on this run, we have to use this keys. Andy getting it, that was like, that almost failed.
Pippy landing scarily close to the no-no zone. In the out of bounds. Because there's a goddess cube behind some rocks. And if you get stuck back there because we don't have bombs, you're just done. You're screwed. You can't get out of there, and you have to reset.
I believe you, Yal. Don't worry. Now you'll see Andy save and then die to activate back in time again. Except in this back in time, you don't want to press A at all while you're outside, because you want to enter the Knights Academy basically on a new file, but since your 3 files have a save file on it,
they've all been in there.
Yeah, so you just kind of don't press A. You just well, you
so that none
of
of your scene flags or anything are loaded. None of the information from any of your files gets loaded into back in time. So we're just trying to keep on the base layer here.
Think of the splash screen as like file 0, I guess. It's always a new game file until you press A.
Hmm. And
Also, fun.
it's
Sorry.
not just because the flag we want is exclusively on this one. It's also the only version of the Knight Academy that does not crash during Back in Time.
Yeah.
Like, any other layer will crash. So you'll know fairly quickly if you got it or not. And then they're going to RBM that last text box, which corresponds to the Earth Temple pillars being Rosens. So now we get this beautiful cutscene with Link standing on the lava. As you can see, the pillars are risen, and everything's fine. I guess the dying was just a skill issue there. And we got the oh, there's a fire chew. See, as I told you, the pillars are up. So
Yeah,
we needed to reload the area there because it doesn't
Pippy taking
immediately.
an unfortunate death in Earth Temple.
Oh no! What happened?
I think she fell in the lava or the keys hit her. I don't remember.
Dude, the Keys is out for blood. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, the keys is not very happy with her right now.
Yeah. Wow.
She died to the keys. Yeah, the keys hit her once. I saw.
Oh my gosh.
Didn't see the second thing.
That Keys
Now
is
Andy-
brutal sometimes.
Now Andy is
So,
going
yeah.
to try to sprint up
You
the
explain.
slope. You basically just press A for a little bit, let go, press A again. You don't hold A pretty much. And it worked. Pippy having some trouble with keys here.
Does Pippy not know what the C button is?
Oh my gosh.
Yo, that was
Wait.
sick. That was the swag.
That was the swag, Kesey.
Oh, a little too high to reach that last rope. I remember when I
Andy
used to
just
struggle with
navigating
that
the boss
that trick.
Now
The
we'll
Skyward
see
Strike
Andy-
router is not working.
We'll see Andy fight the boss. That is the reason why a lot of people don't like the speedrun.
True. I hate the speedrun. Oh, what? Huh?
Andy,
What just happened?
what?
I've never
I-
seen that before. That one's for the people.
If I were Andy, I would I would do the save and then I would die to get my health back.
No.
Well,
You
I like
leave a
having
damage
health
down during
points.
the fight anyway.
Well, yeah, it's probably fine. I like.
It
having
doesn't
health.
matter. You take intentional damage once. Yeah. You take intentional damage twice. 4 hearts is blend. Yes.
Doing the safety save, which is good.
Safety saved. Safety save is good, guys. I soft locked the fight by having Scaldera go swimming. That was incredibly embarrassing. You definitely want to have the safety save. Anything can happen here. Scaldera just
wanted
jumped off of the arena and started swimming.
Scaldera just wanted to like
D!
chill in the hot tub, like leave him alone.
True.
Like, but yeah, Pippy now doing the don't press A.
That can happen. Yes, if you run behind Scaldera, it'll trigger him rolling off. Except that if you're too close to the edge, he'll think that you got behind him like in the middle, and he'll just jump off the railing and go swimming. So
Yeah.
it'd be very funny if we end up seeing that during one of the runs, but I doubt it. It's very difficult to do.
I've never had it happen.
I'm
to
just
myself,
extra
actually.
skilled.
It takes it takes
If you
a lot
know
of
what
skill
you're
to do it.
doing, you can activate it like pretty easily.
Yeah, it happened to Jazznikes in the race against Firework,
Oh, nice.
and he did not safety save.
Oh no! That happened to me during one of the seeding races, and I just gave up.
Yeah.
There's a way to softlock Scaldy by making him take it. Yeah, that's what we were discussing. just Scaldera. So how do you do Scaldera without bombs? Well, thankfully there are bombs at the top, so we can use those to knock him down to the end, and then do a very specific amount of damage. And the reason that this fight can be dumb is because on the last hit, you can make his eye invulnerable to a Skyward Strike, which is how you're supposed to make him, like, be vulnerable for the last cycle. And if that happens, because, Scaldy went sicko mode, so he's gonna have to do damageless now. I wonder if he knows how to do it.
He probably will just let Scaldy go to the top if I had to guess. Yeah.
Oh, cringe. Alright, so he's in his rage phase now.
Yeah, so you just kind of wait for Scaldy at the bottom now. If Andy had had 4 hearts, he could have just hit Scaldera from behind and just kind of chased him down.
Ooh,
that's fine. It's just one more cycle.
That looked good, but Scaldera was cringe. So Andy eating another cycle here.
Yeah, but
yeah.
the eye should be fine. Yep.
Yeah, there we go. It just runs on a timer, so...
The rest of
you know
the run
what?
is
Finishing the fight is better than any other outcome. If I will take 7 cycles if I could just finish the fight, you know?
Yeah, like, I get 6 cycle all the time. It's just like, finish the fight, man.
Yeah, because if the alternative is dying, doing all of the little cutscenes leading up to the fight again, and the big cutscene again, it is not good. Pippy kind of like fumbling the very weird calibration, I think, on Pippy's end. And that's why they couldn't do the... Alright, D. So you get Indy clearing Earth Temple.
And now from here on out, like, the run is pretty chill. It's just like more back in time.
It's just back in time shenanigans.
And then you have...
It's chill for them, it's not chill for us. There's so much explaining to do.
Yeah. And then you have G3 Escape, which is a little bit less chill. But yeah, getting past Earth Temple is always really nice.
Sure.
Because
expected time loss.
Up until Earth Temple is the hardest parts of the run.
If they do the cool backflip, it should be chill. No one likes your backflip, Yal, except for everyone who it's helped.
It helped me.
Yeah,
Yeah.
You don't count your
told
cringe.
me to learn it, and I just did it. And
it doesn't work for me, but it's helped quite a lot of people. So you know what? It's probably better.
Yeah, Jasmine
you're cringe.
Was just
yeah, but so are you. You're cringe.
And I just said, okay, I'll try.
Oh yeah, wait. I have the commentator powers, Yal. You can't call me cringe. Everyone call Yal cringe. or else I will, I don't know. I'll break TOS.
Ooh, nice front hop.
No!
Apologies, I think we just lost Tato there for a second. Yeah, Zeld, you good to commentate through the rest of this on your own?
Sure. But yeah, Andy now, RBMing the Laneru pillar.
I died of cringe. My bad. They died of cringe. I am a swarm of bees.
Yeah, I don't know what happened to Tato.
Yeah, shocking how we lost. They lost me there for a moment.
I think
some
Tato's
technical
Wi-Fi just went
issues.
out. Yeah, like
something freedom of speech. I don't know. I'm a group of crows. Oh, sick. I have an uncle that's a group of crows. Alright. Pippy, taking the extra cycle and the damage. Pippy getting stepped on by the meatball. So yeah, Andy getting the Phi text again, because this file has not gotten it.
clean Scaldy from Pippy.
Yeah, very clean Scaldy from Pippy. A swarm of crows. Did I say a swarm of crows? You shut up. I'm tired.
No,
I did like 3 hours of Skyward Sword earlier today. My brain cells are not all here.
it's a group of crows though.
What are these comms?
Andy just now going into Lineru. All Andy has to do now is bit warp and then go to Gorge and then I think
I
it's
didn't say that. Okay.
4 more back in time after that.
Yes. This route is actually a lot easier to explain than the previous one. The previous one had some like really funky bits.
Yeah.
There weren't like anything like oh my
Pippy's
god, that calibration.
Oh my gosh.
My lord.
That calibration.
That hurts. That is painful.
that looks
Pippy opting to do the gym core side hop.
That looks painful.
That looks awful. Dude, G3 is gonna be interesting.
If the calibration doesn't fix before G3, yeah, it better fix itself before G3 or
we're in for some interesting fights. I don't know, it makes good content. I mean, it's probably not fun for the runners, but it's fun for me, so. This is a best of 3 match? I think they are, right?
No, I think it's best of 1, and then like the finals are best of 3 or something.
Oh yeah, the finals are best. Yeah, okay. Not this run. Every subsequent run is. Cool. Oh yeah, and we had to explain that the runners re-enter Earth Temple there before doing back in time again, because you need your Earth Temple files on that flag. Specifically 2x20, which is the same, or not to maybe 2x20? Yeah, it is 2x20, right? Because it's
Final
one of the
is
ropes.
best 5. What are you talking about, Tata?
Earth Temple, which flag we need from Earth Temple. We need the one to activate the crystal cutscene back in Farum, because we are gonna do that. We are gonna get that flag onto, I think it's 2x0 something. I don't think it's 2x20. Maybe it's 2x20, I don't know. I think it's 2x20 and another one, but it happens to trigger the crystal cutscene. And then you need to RBM the crystal to get that onto your Lineru file, or in
2x20 is what you 2x20 is what you set for the Thunder Dragon.
Yeah, but Earth Temple also has that flag as one of the ropes, and it triggers the crystal cutscene, and then that resets 2x20. So.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
At least I think it does. I might be wrong, but
Pippy now
I'm pretty
making it to the Lineru RBM. Well, Lineru Pillar RBM, I should say.
True.
Andy will now be starting the back in time streak.
Oh yeah,
you do a lot of back in time here.
So Andy did a regular bit warp there, which is when you start your file and save it at the same time, and it just applies your coordinates from the save file to your map. So he was able to teleport out of bounds and then run over to the gorge. When is the no-bit tournament? No-bit isn't actually as painful anymore, because there's no Sky Keep.
Yeah, but it's so long.
It's not as long as it used to be. It used to be like 5 hours 45 minutes. Now it's like, I think 64 actually broke the world record because nobody else was doing it.
Restricted bit would be a very cool tournament.
Restricted bit would be fun. If you're a nerd, talk to Yerbil is where it's at. Let's go. Where my Yerbers at?
Yerber.
We're all
I
done.
tried to learn all dungeons and I rage quit.
I want to look for a certain person. Who all is participating? Oh, well, there's our names in the thing, and then the runners' names. Oh no, you meant like the whole bracket. My bad. My bad.
Wait. Dang
No,
it.
the commands.
I can't summon Trez.
Alright,
Yeah,
so the current RBM that Andy is doing is you want to get rid of the rock that's in the way of the minecart during the minecart escort, because we don't have bombs and or the hook beetle, but you can do it without the hook beetle if you're precise enough. But we don't have any items, so we can't get rid of that rock unless we do this RBM, which is just this cutscene. Wrong file. There you go. There.
Normally, the movement there you do is just press A, roll into it, and then start file 1 instead of just
that flag
selecting
actually
file 3.
sets every frame of that cutscene, so
Yeah.
it's not you don't have to time it. You could just like do it whenever.
You can
So,
honestly.
and then we commit that flag by changing the environment in some kind of permanent way.
Yeah.
And in this case, it was blowing up the rock.
And then now.
And now it was a trade. We blew up that rock, and then the other rock blew up also.
Now he will be doing the minecart RBM to like start the minecart escort quest.
Manucho RBM? Manucho RBM.
Manucho. Is that how you say it? Manucho.
That's how you say it. It's pronounced Manucho. I think that meme just comes from I typed Machi and it auto-corrected to Manucho for whatever reason. So now it's Manucho. So yeah, we need to talk to Machi or save Machi, the Kikwi. And that flag corresponds with beginning the minecart escort, and we need the minecart escort so we can access the Thunder Dragon, so we can do G3 escape.
Does Pippy do the setup for Stupid Jump?
Maybe? I don't know. I'm not familiar.
I know Andy
I haven't watched
does,
any
but
of
I
these
taught it to
runners.
him last night.
The setup
like,
is
you need to know this.
nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The setup is fast, consistent, and good.
True.
Pippy now making it to Gorge.
Arctic friend, were you looking for Jim? We were in the Yo, the Baba getting whacked by the back of the sword. Maybe. Now Jim does like every tournament except this one, because this one's new. Jim would just obliterate everyone. No, we would implement the anti-Jim head start, which would be 20 minutes. He's getting like 110s, no resets. It's insane. Yeah, no, he's crazy. He's crazy consistent at this game. So yeah, there's the Bokoblins.
You have to
harassing a
kill them.
bush.
Yeah, that bush did nothing wrong. You have to kill them because
Hashtag justice for
True.
So yeah, that first text box from Manucho, we would RBM, so... And start it as you clear it, and now the minecart escort has begun. And all that's left from here is to, first off, commit that by bonking this pillar, which has a secret rupee. You kind of memorize where all the rupees are in this game, because there's so many scene flags that we commit with. So many secret rupees. So now Andy's going to do another bit warp, and it's going to be... oh no, my brain. It's going to put them outside of bounds to be able to hop down at the very end of the minecart escort and void out, and then just skip the entire thing. Because we are not doing the minecart escort. With Goddess Sword on, like, 4 hearts.
Yeah, and also, it loses
and also we can't if we
amount of
wanted
time. Yeah, and you couldn't. If you did, you would have to have bow, I believe. Bow and whip are the...
Bow, whip, and... No, you just can't enter it because... you don't have the hook beetle.
True. Wait, yeah, I forgot about that. My no-bit skills are gone. I don't remember how to do things.
I don't remember vanilla Skyward Sword anymore.
I only know this.
And you're on the wrong layer. Yeah, there's so many reasons why.
Oh yeah, because you're on layer 0, if I remember correctly.
Mm-hmm. I think it's layer 0.
What we'll see Andy do now is stupid jump. And you'll see why it's stupid jump in a minute.
Unless he gets it first try.
Yeah.
There's a whip in SS.
Well, I mean, it's stupid even if you get it first try. It just looks stupid. Yep, Andy going for the setup I told him.
Alright. Yeah, that locks you at a specific angle. Nope.
That
voiding
can
out
work.
way too early. That can't work now. There we go.
That'll work.
That maybe. Because it's sometimes stupid.
Yeah.
Oh! Succeeded! So yeah, you want to angle Link at a point where he auto-jumps on the very, very edge of that collision to barely be able to grab the ledge of the higher layer.
And you want to make sure your angle is not too far to the right, because he will just run up the wall, or too far left, and he'll just kind of jump into the void.
Yes.
But yeah, now Andy's just going to drop down on this side, and...
The safer way to do it?
Andy is gonna void out in the sand, kind of close to the door here, where the minecart would spawn if you voided out.
They're gonna do some break slides, which is holding ESS position, and buffering, and in the sand it just slides you forward because you're at technically at negative speed, and the sand doesn't slow you down at negative speed, so you just zoom. And now we just wait, so we can comment on what Pippy's doing. Pippy is doing, I believe, Manucho?
Yep.
Yeah, they're going with File 2, so it's Manucho. Yes. Earth Temple also has a flag that, where this log is pushed, so Pippy just kind of clips into it and can get up slightly faster. And doing a C-up in the one area where it doesn't matter if you do a C-up, because you go into a cutscene anyway. Very based. Andy playing Grass Cutter Simulator. While waiting for the minecart. Yeah, the lawnmower. That's what the LN Link stands for. It stands for lawnmower. Oh no! Andy has to be disqualified because he touched grass. We don't allow that in the Skyward Sword speedrunning community.
Yeah, no touching grass allowed. You have to grind every single day.
Yes. You must fight Scaldera 15 hours a day at least.
If you don't do that, disqualified.
Disqualified. Deleted from existence. Alright, so this next RBM is the one I was talking about, where you have to go back to that crystal in Farron, except this time we don't have a Skyloft file, so we have to get a little bit creative on how... Well, not really have to get creative, it's just... Thankfully, ET has every file we need, or every flag we need for the specific bit anyway, so... Just by doing it normally, we don't even have to go out of our way or anything.
Yeah, but...
It just happens to have everything we need by doing it normally. I think we need the door and one of the ropes is the only flags that we need. And then not only does it have the ones we need, but it adds the log by doing one of the fight texts, I think. So
Like,
so it just it makes it
Vine.
actively faster. Flag gets set by the minecart in the center is the vine. It gets set by the... Oh, yeah. That too. File 1 also has the vine being down. Oh my god, Andy just bopping the babas.
That one Baba is gonna have a headache soon.
Right.
Like, that's the second time.
I mean, that Baba keeps attacking first. It's really on them.
Yeah, it's like, it's self-defense.
Right.
That's a little bit far down from Pippy, but it might work.
I mean, it's just setting your angle. As long as you can hold Z consistently, it shouldn't really matter. So yeah, the first thing we do once we're back in here is die to this Octorok again, because same reason we did it in the first reverse bit warp, because you need to reload the area and get the vine down. So yeah. The tutorial recommends you do it further down. Does that make a difference? I mean, Pippy kind of nailed it first try, so... And now we're just gonna go... We're gonna take a bit of a different route than usual because there's no saves we need to do. But it's the same general idea as the first reverse bit warp. We just need to go to Deep Woods, skip to the crystal cutscene, except instead of entering Skyview, we just RBM the crystal, and then we're done with it. Honestly, I'm really surprised. These are two really good runs. The only reason Pippy is behind right now, it's not really through any fault of her own. All of her tricks have been pretty consistent. It's just that one unfortunate Keeson Earth Temple was really out for blood.
Yeah.
I just mean in general. Okay.
That is the last back in time for Andy.
True. We're done with the title screen. Except for when we actually go to the title screen after a save and quit. But we don't play on the title screen anymore.
Well, true.
Just pure, good old-fashioned vanilla Skyward Sword from here on out. Also, there's the Thunder Dragon, and we don't have our Hero's Tunic. Just ignore that. Yeah, now we're gonna... You can explain G3 Escape, because I did all the back-in-time segments.
Okay. So, first off, this was discovered by Yal, so... Shoutouts to Yal. But essentially, we have early boss rush, right? So we can just kind of do bosses. But since we're in hero mode, we can fight any boss we want. Who's that? I don't know who Yal is, honestly. Someone. The other stuff, true. But yeah. This is, like... How new is this? I don't remember.
It was discovered last August, I think.
Late July.
Late July? Oh my god.
But yeah,
it's been
what
so
you'll see
long.
Andy do is not gear him down, but he's not gonna like jump down to actually stab gear him. Instead, he's gonna hang off of this platform. And you just kind of wait.
We're just chilling.
When the platform expands, you wait about 3 seconds. I don't know exactly why it works. It's like, it tries to center the platform you're on, I think.
For some reason, when you're hanging off of the edge, usually when he gets back up, the platform moves back up and like diagonally to center itself where it was before. But for some reason, if you're hanging off the edge, it'll instead of moving diagonally, it'll move like sideways first and then vertically. So if you can hit him off before it starts moving vertically, you could just keep the platform at the same like Y coordinate and just keep like inching your way lower until you can escape.
Yeah, it just like, it doesn't go up until like it's completely centered.
Yeah, and you wait a bit because if you do it too fast, this platform won't be moving horizontally yet.
Very unfortunate for Andy. The platform went back up.
Yeah.
I think the timing was a little bit early there. Yeah.
Yeah.
But
luckily they have health to spare.
Yeah.
So I got one more attempt. Andy's on PB pace. Hopefully. I love it when people PB.
Andy doesn't have the split shown, so we can't know.
Mm-hmm.
If he gets it this time, he should be PB pace. Andy's PB is a high 116, I think.
Oh, that's pretty good. For like just running this game for a few weeks. That's great.
Today? Well, I know
Today?
He got one last night, but he couldn't submit it because there was no audio.
Oh, yeah. Pippy doing the 2x20 RBM.
Alright. Hopefully, this works. The platform positioning looks great. Amazing.
Yes.
It's just the timing has to be good.
He's done HD for a while before this. Well, yeah, but like, you know, they're two different beasts. Like, come on. Scaldera, Key Back in Time. All of those are
looks like Andy getting it.
Yep.
Andy just has to get over the fence, and GG.
GG. And now we save and quit, reload the area to get to the actual boss fight.
Yeah. When you save at the statue and quit, it like removes the minigame flag and thinks you're actually in the boss fight, so when you reload, you're actually in the boss fight. But you're out of bounds, so you have to do some funky movement. But yeah, so here, you'll see Andy see up, and then do this trick called a butt slide, and very clean butt slide.
Very clean.
Basically, you just
must be nice.
See upping, just like, oh my goodness.
Oh, clean! See, the eyeballing does work.
The eyeballing does work. But yeah.
Yeah, that was quick. Which is good in a speedrun. According to experts.
That's gotta be the fastest butt slide plus fence hop I've ever seen. Like,
yeah, that was really clean. I think the only way that Pippy can catch up now is a G3 death.
Even then, like, Andy.
Well, it would be like a late G3 death.
Yeah, it would have to be like phase 3.
Yeah, I honestly didn't think that that Pippy did too bad. I mean, I wasn't paying attention to most of the run, but like, I don't think there were any significant time losses other than the unfortunate Earth Temple death. Because Pippy had a really good Scaldera, and Andy did not. So unless I missed something, this lead might just be a skill issue.
So
like
far,
a general movement thing.
So far, G3 is going well for Andy. Hopefully...
Yes.
Oh, calibration is kind of treating him bad, though.
True.
But calibration
Speaking of calibration,
is
I'm
being
excited to see how
okay.
Pippy handles hers.
She's, like,
yep.
recalibrating it right there, yep.
Yeah. Best way to recalibrate is vertical slashes, by the way. For those of you who need to know.
Andy's dodging so late. Yeah, it's kind of scary.
It's
mean,
Monka S.
as long as you backflip, like, at some point before he hits you, you're fine, because you're invincible when you backflip, essentially.
Yeah, you get iframes like frame 1. Ooh, doing the buffers. The Tato special. You're not supposed to buffer, or it's harder to buffer like there. You don't necessarily need to do that, but yeah, that one's a Tato special, baby. I use the map though, which is way slower. I should use the home menu.
Ooh, getting the
very base.
Yeah, using the map seems a little bit weird, in my opinion.
It is really weird. I am a very strange person. Shout out to Tattoo for this trip.
Andy misses
map. Yeah, I use the map. Yo, the poke! The counter poke!
The poke. Come on.
Let's go! Pippy getting it first try. Closing the distance
F.
just a little bit.
Alright, that's phase 2 for Andy. Now we have to count to 8.
True. Oh, it's 8? I just keep going until I lose my will to live. One. Oh, miss? Meh. Uh-oh. Monka calibration. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Andy really cornered up here. Oh no! That's scary.
All is good, though.
All is good. Kinda chill.
And that's 8.
Yeah.
Pippy kind of getting wrecked by calibration right now.
Yeah, very true. I mean, the hard part is over, at least.
Yeah.
For calibration.
Phase 2 is actually kind of calibration heavy as well, with the Skyward strikes.
That's funny. What Pippy just did.
Yeah.
Kind of bonked by the edge of the platform. Did Pippy, like, scooch him back before doing that last hit? It's kind of fun.
Wait, what are you guys counting to?
Yeah, what are you guys counting to?
Andy doing the strat.
True.
He didn't know how to do it until I taught him. He's doing good.
I think it's faster than the other one, but I still like doing the other one. Even though I forgot how to do it and don't do it anymore. Alright. Alright. Get your GGs ready.
And that is GG for Andy.
That's a 1:17. Very solid time considering everything.
Yeah.
Woo! It was a pretty close race, too.
Yeah, this was, like, really close. Like, everything that happened in this run, it was so close. Like, I was expecting a close race.
Mm-hmm. Although it doesn't look like Pippy's gonna do the stun lock, so maybe it wasn't that close, because this thing is a 2-minute fight without the stun lock.
Yeah.
interview. Yeah.
Looks like we'll
I got
have
some
Andy
questions.
joining us.
Hello.
GG, Andy.
Hello.
Congrats.
Your run was very good.
True.
Yeah, that felt better than I expected it to be.
Yeah. What were your impressions? Ups, downs, stuff you could improve on?
I was kind of steadily losing time up to like Scaldera, but by the time I entered G3 Escape, I was actually ahead of PB.
Oh, nice.
That was cool. I didn't
Yeah.
PB because I failed G3 Escape, but yeah, almost.
Yeah.
Almost.
It was plus 59 at the end.
Oh, that's kind of close though. I mean, for a race.
Yeah, that felt good.
Yeah.
Yeah, biggest I guess mistakes would be the G3 stuff, the extra Scaldera cycles, and the emotionally the haze at the very beginning.
Hey.
Best part of the game.
It was very close.
Right.
Did not expect it to be this close. Actually, I had no like impressions on any of the runners beforehand, so I had no I had no metric of knowing how close it would be. But cool. Congrats again.
Yeah, thank you.
But yeah,
Kind of worried. I was grinding out key seat right before the race. It's like,
Yeah, that key seat was nice.
yeah, that was. Good. I was expecting to fail it in the race because it was going good in practice.
Oh
Ooh.
no, Pippy taking
taking
a
a
demise death. You hate to see it.
luckily Pippy will have full health now, though.
True.
And it's better to die in the first phase than the second phase, of course.
Obviously, yeah. It was tactical. It was tactical.
Yeah. This race was as interesting as I thought it would be.
That was
Is that
fun.
a good thing or a bad thing?
It's a good thing.
All right, good.
It's a bad
I-
thing.
I
It was
expected
awful.
it to
I'm just
be-
kidding.
No.
Entertaining to watch. Close. But yeah. I mean, Pippy started out ahead just because of some minor things.
Styling on demise a little.
Like, you got Hayed, whereas she might have gotten Hayed once, but you got Hayed more than she did at least. And also looks like Pippy will be joining us. GG's.
Hello.
GG's.
Yeah, GG's to you also.
Very nice job.
Yeah, congrats. It hasn't shown up on the stream for
finish
me.
on race
There it
day.
is. Okay.
Yeah, that's that's GG's to Pippy.
Yeah. Congrats.
Very much congrats, Andy. That's an incredible time for a race.
Yeah, I did not expect to do that. Good.
So, Pippy, what did you think about your own run? Like, what were the pitfalls?
Oh, Scaldera caused me pain. Scaldera just didn't read. Like, I'm really bad at when his eye sits center about making sure that the Skyward Strike hits. So honestly, at that point, recovery was just don't soft lock, because that puts you off the damage cycle. So I'm happy I didn't soft lock, but Scaldera taking all that extra time hurt me.
Yeah. It's interesting though, because I think your Scaldera was overall better than Andy's. Andy ate like
Interesting.
some extra cycles.
Yeah.
I know I had a
Luckily,
really
neither of
hard
you
time.
soft-locked.
Oh, sorry?
I was just saying, luckily neither of you soft locked.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I was having a really hard time just in general. For context, this is my first time doing a race. Really of
Congrats.
any kind. And just nerves were, I don't know if y'all saw me struggle to just charge a Skyward Strike. That was because my hand was shaking too much and the Wiimote would not orient itself upwards. It kept thinking I was moving, and that cost me, like, pinged me seconds, like, literally every time.
At the beginning, charging the Skyward Strike to raise the pedestal, we could definitely notice.
God,
Yeah, I have, when I started out racing and stuff, nerves, they destroy you when you start out.
Yeah.
Eventually, it just becomes...
Skyward Sword is especially
life.
brutal because it's just like,
Because
it's like, oh, you're nervous? Well, here's a bunch of tricks where you literally have to have a steady hand.
yeah, by the end, by Garahim 3.2, like the final phase, in order to charge a Skyward Strike and make sure that I wasn't gonna mess it up, I was like holding the remote still with my other hand, to like brace it against something, to try to make sure it charged correctly. Oops. Well, lesson learned for next time. I did not think that would be so hard.
Yeah, I mean, like, it was fairly close for a race. Like, you didn't really... Both of you got cutscene skip, both of you didn't neither of you softlock Scaldera. Andy missed the first G3 escape, but didn't eat a death or anything like that. So
That's why I was...
both of you were able to bounce back. You Pippy, you ate a death in ET from the Ravenous Keys.
Oh yeah, I've never gotten hit by the keys twice before. That's a new one. I've definitely like gotten hit by the keys and then like gotten knocked off cycle and fell in the lava because of that. But I had never gotten the keys just being that aggressive.
Yeah, the case was
really.
not for blood. Yeah.
And then I hit you again while you were running back.
Yup. I was just
evil.
happy at that point that when I got to actually Kisi, like, honestly, I probably could have taken like the first lineup, but went, no, maybe not, and kind of backed out. But it only took like 2 or 3 lineups or something like that to get it. And
Do you do it diagonally like that every time, or was that unintentional?
No, that's just how I do it, and I'm aware that most people don't.
Oh, interesting. It's the swag, definitely.
I mean, I think it's more for me that I struggle more setting up the vertical distance than I do the horizontal. So doing the diagonal makes it cover a further, like, it gives me more grace in the vertical axis, but less grace in horizontal. So, like, that's just how I started doing it.
Cool. It's so cool seeing, like, I'm not used to SD being such a popular game, so most of the runners just kind of use the same strats, so kind of like seeing different people figure out how to do different tricks in ways that they feel comfortable with is like really cool to see.
Yeah.
I know a lot of people have been giving me a time the past few days about skydiving from the file select menu. I never knew that was weird. I always thought that was normal. Apparently it's not.
You can't really see with the file select menu.
Yeah, I guess that would be the thing. I mean, if it works for you, it works, I guess.
Yeah, and then also you can kind of link up with the Triforce to kind of go straight.
Yeah.
Kind of, sometimes.
I've literally never done that. I've always just kind of like watched the clouds and been like, this is where this cloud goes.
Wow, the cloud
Yeah,
cues.
I actually kind of use cloud cues as well. Like, there's a certain, like, shine in the clouds, and that kind of tells me, okay, I need to turn right. It's, like, at this one specific spot.
Yeah, honestly, it's whatever works for you, right?
Yeah, if it works, it works.
Unless you take the right door, because Deesh will come after you.
Okay, unless you use file 1 on Graveyard, on the Graveyard RBM.
Oh no!
That one I do not abide.
So I may not do that.
How could you? How could you?
I sometimes do file 1, and then I sometimes do file 2. It just depends on, like, my mood, I guess.
If I'm feeling
file
like a
1
little
today.
silly.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm feeling like using the pointer to select file 2 this time. No, I'm lazy. I'd rather use the joystick on file 1.
Now, joystick gang, except for file 1.
I cannot use the joystick.
Dude, the joystick is so cool. You save like half a second every time you menu.
Is it really that much? I thought it was way less.
No,
than
it's
that.
absolutely not that much. I'm exaggerating.
Because I started out using purely the Wiimote like motion controls, and then I realized like, no wait, it's faster the other way, and I was gonna be really confused if it was that much faster, and I just didn't notice.
Yeah. I guess going back to like the how the race turned out, like I didn't expect it to be, honestly, like all things considered, it was pretty close. But I didn't honestly expect Pippy to be that far behind just because of the Earth Temple death. Because everything else seemed to be fine. Like there was no failed bits or anything.
Yeah, no, and just like I know that of my gameplay, I definitely need to work on my movement.
Yeah, I think Andy has the advantage from doing HD for so long that he's like familiar with at least like the movement and the stamina management and whatever.
Yeah, for sure. I'm so good at it.
I also picked up.
I don't mean to brag, but I'm top 10 in the HD leaderboard.
Very nice.
Yeah, for like less than 10 people have done it since 3 games.
I may or may not have only started running 3D games at all in November, so I got a lot of catching up to do. But definitely a lot of things to work on. Definitely can try harder next time. Know a little more of what I'm getting into.
And it was pretty solid. Only been since November.
Yeah. I mean, I think technically it was like the day before Halloween or something like that. It's November. It's close.
That's technically November.
I started like normal speedruns at the very beginning of 2022, but in 2021 I did SSR.
Yeah. That can teach you, like, if you know the movement, that's basically half of it. Because then other than that, it's just knowing the tricks.
But yeah.
Yeah, definitely good game, Andy. Excellent time.
Yeah, you too.
A+.
Sure.
Well, let me add my GGs as well. Andy, moving on. Pippy, we'll see you back for the lower bracket as we get started with the best of threes. Best threes. Wow, what the hell?
Best
English
of
is hard.
These nuts!
Oh, I thought we were stealing the tournament.
I mean, apparently we're Persona now. We're stealing tournaments, hearts. I don't know. With that, if you're not following our two runners, please give them both a follow, Andy and Pippy. as well as our two commentators for letting me sit here and just be an idiot for an hour and a half, Zeld and Tato. Thank you both. Well, when Tato was allowed to speak, I should say.
This is
lost.
non-binary erasure? No.
We lost Tato for about a minute. It was extremely unexpected, and in no way me just deafening them. That absolutely did not happen. I promise.
I believe you.
Me too.
I believe him too.
Why
Keep
would
an eye-
cops lie to me?
True.
Look, if you have power and don't abuse it, what are you really even doing? Come on, it's for memes.
True.
Keep an eye on the ZSR schedule because that's going to be it for us tonight. But lots of stuff coming up tomorrow and the rest of the week. Someone is racing tomorrow. Who's racing tomorrow? I'm having a brain fart.
Exo and I.
Yeah. Exto and Zelds. 7 o'clock. Probably on the main channel. Chance it'll be on ZSR2. We'll figure that one out tomorrow. Any final thoughts before we head on out for the night?
I'm hungry.
That makes two of us.
I should probably also get some food.
That makes 3 of us.
Okay, so we're all getting dinner after this, yeah?
Let's go.
Yeah,
We're going to
right.
Arby's.
Yeah, we're going to Arby's.
Do they happen
Fuck
to
you
have
all.
vegetarian options at Arby's?
Fuck you all for making
The
me want
furniture.
Arby's. Is all I'll say. I hate you so much.
The furniture. That sounds a little fibrous.
Yeah.
They have
It's probably the
mozzarella-
healthiest thing you could get there. Let's be real.
They have
Like-
Arby's has mozzarella sticks.
Yo.
I could take a mozzarella stick. One single mozzarella stick.
Until next time, all, we're gonna head on out. Thank you very much for joining us. Hope to see you all back here again soon. Everybody stay safe out there, and we will see you next time. Have a good night.
Bye.